guys, Marian here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back for another hot take on the news. And the news is Do Revenge on Netflix, a new Netflix original movie. And the question is it anti-Semitic? Here to weigh in is me. Let's jump in. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Marian. I make videos about being a mom and being Jewish mom, and sometimes when things are happening in the Jewish world or adjacent to the Jewish world, I like to weigh in with my opinion. So let's get started. Also, I just realized these glasses are here. Me and my husband went to the Elton John concert like 2 weeks ago. And yes, I bought the glasses. I was gonna put a little picture of us with them. Anyways, that has nothing to do with today's video. Today's video is Do Revenge. Okay, so I just finished watching this movie and I loved it. Spoiler alert, I really loved the movie. It's really funny. If you grew up in the 90s watching 90s rom-coms like She's All That, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, like all those really classic rom-com movies, you will love this one because it definitely pays homage to them. The music is so good, like so spot on. It's also like an embellishment, like a fanciful, like it's not meant to be, you know, a documentary. It's a rom-com. Okay, so let's get that out there. But back to the question at hand, is it anti-Semitic? So the reason you might have seen some articles about this popping up is that one of the main characters, whose name is Max, who's also the villain in the story. I'm gonna try not to give too many spoilers away. So if you haven't seen it and you're going to, I think you'll be safe watching this review. But he, right from the beginning, is the bad guy. And he does do things that are pretty atrocious. And he's also openly Jewish, which is really interesting because he's the cool guy in the show. He's the most popular kid in school in every way. He's the class president. He's beloved by the teachers and the principal and everyone like that. And every girl has a crush on him, and all the like hot girls, you know, want to be with him, including the main hot girl. I think her real name is Camilla in the movie. Her name is Drea. Anyway, so he, interestingly enough, wears a Jewish star necklace, and it's just overtly, clearly Jewish. So a lot of critics have come to say that the movie is anti-Semitic because it plays into these stereotypes that Jewish characters have a lot of money, or like bad Jewish stereotypes, that they have a lot of money and that powerful men are abusive of that power. And there is a touch of like a sexual abuse kind of tone to it. I don't want to give away exactly what he does, but there's definitely that aspect of the story. It sort of hits on like the, not Harvey Weinstein, definitely, like he's not that bad, but he does terrible, horrible, bad things in the movie, Max the villain, and it sort of like ties into that stereotype in Hollywood and that kind of thing of like the Jewish executive type of guy. Anyways, so my take after watching the movie is I think it's not anti-Semitic. I don't think it's anti-Semitic at all. The reason is I actually think it's very inclusive to have a Jewish main character. I think it's actually really cool that they made him the hot guy, the like lead character, and that he wears a Jewish star. It's like it's not a big deal. Him being Jewish is not a focal point at all. It's just like as if he had blue hair or any other characteristic about him. And I actually love this because I found it to be very inclusive in a very natural way. There's some shows, like everyone criticized Sex and the City, the new one that came out. What's it called? Not She's All That. What's it called? I Like It Like That. You guys know what I'm talking about. Because like they tried so hard to be diverse and it was just so awkward. Whereas this is done so seamlessly. Like there's a mix of characters, a mix of nationalities and backgrounds, and it's just awesome and totally seamless. And I feel like that with Max's character, they did it in a perfectly seamless, awesome way. And I think it's actually cool that they made his character the cool guy. Okay, yes, he's the villain in the story and he does bad things, but to me, that's inclusivity. It's the same as if they cast a disabled person, right? It's okay to have a disabled person be the villain as well as to be the hero. Same with a Jewish character, same with a character of any nationality. there's gonna be, if you're represented throughout media, then there'll be times where you're the bad guy and times where you're the good guy. So to me, that's my take on it. Does it play into some of those classic themes? Kind of, but to me, he also has a Jewish sister who's super cool and one of the heroes of the stories, and yet that's forgotten about when people critique the movie. His sister's also Jewish, and she's like total heroine, total hot, total cool girl, and like does nothing wrong in the movie. I think because everyone in the movie is like the rich kid, you know, they're at this like crazy wealthy high school, it's not like he's the exception, if that makes sense. And another counterpoint I have, which I actually want to say this show is more anti-Semitic. The new series, A League of Their Own, or A League of Her Own, just came out recently, and that was written by Abby, you know what I'm talking about, who's like very openly Jewish, and she made the Jewish character in that movie to be the narc, to be the like awkward, terrible, neurotic person. Like, to me, that is so much more of an anti-Semitic portrayal of a character. It's like took all of the negative stereotypes that we always see, and like there's nothing redeeming about her. She's just like one of those awful characters, and the show's written by someone Jewish and it's supposed to be like a feel-good-ish kind of comedy. So anyways, I just bring that into the discussion because it's also a new, semi-new trending show, and yet didn't receive the same kind of criticism. And to me, that was a way worse portrayal. Anyway, so that is my take. If you want to watch an enjoyable film, I recommend Do Revenge on Netflix. It is very funny. If you're like a 90s gal like me, you'll love it, I think. But feel free to weigh in the comments. I'm sure there'll be tons of you guys that disagree with me, and you know I welcome that. I can't wait to read your thoughts and chat with you, and I'll see you in the next one. I have a Sukkot video coming up very, very soon. I'm excited to share it with you. All right, see you in the next one. Bye!